if you had a conversation with a gay man and you were going to tell them what you thought morally was correct to do, would you tell them to not be gay?
It certainly wouldn't be as simple as that. I don't think you just walk up to someone and tell them.
What would you give them as options?
I mean, if you have that proclivity, it's not as simple as just someone to say to you, don't be that anymore.
Right. So what would you tell them to do?
Just like, if you want to stop premarital sex, it's not as simple to just say, oh, don't do it, it's to actually live according to the sexual morality doctrines of the Christian faith, for example, is really difficult.
But at least with premarital sex, they have the hope and the option to one day get married and engage in natural sex that they're attracted to. What would you have gay people do?
It's a difficult road, that's for sure. But
so they should do nothing. They should have no sex ever. What if you have gay people that are also that they meet other gay people, they love each other, they want to have sex? They should avoid that because of what? Because it's written somewhere? Because at one point in time, someone believed that God told them that they shouldn't have sex with other men?
Well, now we're in the realm of a moral conversation. Yeah. And that's my moral view, that sex also has, we should be open to life. Sex has a procreative element. Again, doesn't mean every time you have sex you're going to create a baby. But that's an element of it that we should be open to, and that's that's sex when it is properly ordered.
What do you think is the cause of homosexuality then? Because it's always existed.
Yeah,
it's always existed, even with healthy people, with healthy, balanced, happy people that are in love with other healthy, balanced, happy people that happen to be gay.
Yeah. I think it's a multifaceted question. I don't know if we could point to one quote unquote cause. So I'm not exactly sure. I think that there is a societal element to it, especially in the formative years, of a child. We are seeing the LGBT identification. We talk about trans, but not just there. I mean, LGBT identification across the board is increasing exponentially. So that indicates to me that there's some sort of environmental, societal sort of element to it.
Right, but there's always been a certain percentage of the population that's gay. So what would those people do? What would you have them do? This is where the rubber meets the road when it comes to Christian ideology and enforcing or encouraging those belief systems on other people that don't agree with them.
Well, we're not talking about enforcing.
Well, okay, encouraging or even discussing in a way that you disagree with it. Why would you care? That's what I don't understand.
Well, if you want to live the Christian lifestyle and you want to be an obedient Christian, then sex happens within the confines of the marriage. And marriage between a man and a woman.
But do you think that comes from God, or do you think that comes from men? Do you think that that's human beings that have developed these ideologies that they would like people to follow, these behavior patterns that they'd like people to follow? Or do you think it really comes from God? And if it really does come from God, why would God make people gay in the first place?
Well, of course I would say it comes from God. If I didn't believe that, then I wouldn't be Christian.
Why would God make people gay? Well, if he didn't want them to engage in gay sex?
All people have proclivities or towards different sins, different things that we would call sins.
Yeah, but if that's their fundamental attractiveness, they're attracted fundamentally to other men or other women. Why? It seems like something that God gave them. Why would God give you an attractiveness, or why would you be attracted to the same sex if that was morally reprehensible, if that was against God's will? Why would he instill that lust and that desire and that feeling of being attracted and feeling of being in love with someone of the same sex?
I don't think instilled is not the word that I would use. I
What
don't
would
think
you
God
use?
instills it. I think that one of the again you want to get into Christian doctrine. I mean, one of the basic elements of Christian doctrine is that we're a fallen species, and so there are many things that come out of our kind of fallen human nature, and we all have, like I said, we all have proclivities towards sin, and no one's going to live a perfect life, To live a moral Christian life is really difficult. It requires a lot of sacrifice, no matter who you are. And